What's happening, y'all? In this video, I'm gonna show y'all how I set up my charts from start to finish. How I get these consistently winning trades. You gotta set your chart up right. I use TradingView just like everybody else, but I'm gonna show y'all. Right now, I got AMD and Google pulled up. If you have TradingView without any paid subscription, you can only look at one stock, and I think you're limited to 2 indicators. So I did a little upgrade. I don't have as much as I would like to, but what I have is actually enough. So on the chart, I'm adding the RSI, Relatively Strength Index, right? I'm adding the MACD, Moving Average Convergence Divergence. I'm adding the Bollinger Band. Nope, not this one. So I add the Bollinger Band. And I'm gonna explain all of these and explain why I put them on my chart, right? So I got the Bollinger Band, RSI, MACD, Pivot Point Standard. So I kind of battle between the pivot point and the Fibonacci retracement. So I'm gonna put the Fibonacci retracement on this other one. And you can see, you know what I'm saying, probably which one you like better. The Fibonacci retracement gives you nice support and resistance levels. See that? But the pivot points does too. So I battle between the two. I used to use Fibonacci retracement more. Now I use pivot point more. All right, so I got my pivot points. I need the 250 moving average. Let me try cross. It's a certain one I like because it's real like big and bold. Let me try 50 and 200. Well, I'm gonna just do the 50, 100, and 200. Okay, my bad, I put it on that one. Indicator, 50, moving average 50 and 200 cross. Boom. So I got the 200 and the 50. In the Bollinger Band, it has the 20 SMA. So that's another reason why I like the Bollinger Band. All right, so I got my moving averages. The RSI, the MACD, pivot points. And that's really all I use for the chart. Really, because that's due to limitations, that's all I can use. But if you look, dang, AMD flushing, boy. Hoo-wee. I actually did a put option on AMD today and got out way too early, apparently, because this thing is going down. All right, so, and I'm gonna explain each one, right? So with the 250 moving average, it plays as support and resistance. If you look right here, this blue one is, I don't know, that's probably the 200. It looked like it was gonna go above 200. It went to the Fibonacci retracement line right here. Hold on, let me clean that up. It went to this Fibonacci retracement right here, showing a nice level of support. So it was a fake out. It broke above the 200, if that is the 200. Yeah, that's the 200. It broke above the 200 and did a fake out at the Fibonacci retracement, pushing it back down below the 200. So that's when I got in the trade, when I saw that it used that as a strong resistance, pushing it back below the 200. I should have stayed in that trade though. So the Fibonacci retracement lines are good, but if you look over here at the pivot points work just as good. You got this, hold on. Pivot points work just as good, y'all. Look at it. Okay, it's respecting it. It's respecting it. So on this play right here, if I was looking for a trade, Google looks like it's at a nice trade possibility, right? Because hold on. Come on, man. Stop playing with me. All right, so right here, we got, all right, so right here where it's at right now, that's a nice little level of support. It's at a nice level of support, it's at a nice level of support, also touching that that 20 SMA, right? So depending on this candle right here, what that candle is doing right now, it might use that pivot point as resistance and then push below that, or as you can see, it's going up. So with this trade right here, if I was to get in Google right now, I wouldn't really enter this trade until the next candle, because the next candle might come down to either retest or flush through that pivot point. So Google is currently at a nice trading possibility, right? I know this video was about how I set up a chart. I went over how I set up my chart with y'all. Well, while we waiting for that next candle, we still got a couple more minutes on this next candle. 51 seconds. So the pivot point is support and resistance. The moving averages are also support and resistance. The 200 moving average is the strongest level of support and resistance, which on this one is the light blue. So on Google, the strongest level of resistance is this light blue line, and on AMD, it's the green one. So if y'all look right up in here on AMD, we got both of these candles tried to go above the 200 and pushed it down. So that would have been a good trade entry, either on this long red candle going down or jumping in this next one. So yeah, Google, good support resistance on Google. So if you're looking over here at, good support and resistance on AMD. So if you're looking over here at Google, Google is playing with that 20 SMA, right? It's playing with that 20 SMA right now. It's either gonna bounce up from it or go through it. But using that 20 SMA, that little resistance line where it looked like that stock has kind of respected that support, my bad, not resistance. Google looked like it could be going back up from this point. And it is. All right, so the RSI, the reason why I look at the RSI, I'm either looking for a divergence, or I'm looking for the RSI to cross, the middle line in the middle, right? When it crosses that middle line in the middle, it's either showing you that the stock is going up or it's respecting that line. As you can see, it bounced down from it a couple times. Respecting that as support and resistance too. But when it crosses, that changes the direction of the stock. And the same thing with the MACD. When the MACD crosses, you can see it crossed, the stock was going down, and there's red over here. So that's why I use the RSI and the MACD. I use all of these together for entering trades. I should have stayed in AMD, but it would have been big profits today. So yeah, that's how I set up my chart, and that's how I'm actually giving you a little live play-by-play. That's how I set up my chart. I was actually also giving you a little bit of live play-by-play so y'all could see why these support and resistance, why I set my chart up like this, right? Let me know in the comments what's your favorite indicator, and make sure you like and subscribe for more trading content.